Which players have won the Ballon d'Or, the FIFA World Cup, and the Champions League? The winners will surprise you. Throughout history, only 9 footballers have managed to lift these 3 most important titles: the Ballon d'Or, the World Cup, and the Champions League. Only 9 people out of billions worldwide. Moreover, only 9 out of millions of professional footballers have achieved this historic milestone. It's like achieving the hardest achievement in a video game and unlocking the ultra-rare reward. This list was updated on December 18th, 2022, after Lionel Messi won Argentina's 3rd World Cup. Messi, who had already won the Champions League 4 times with FC Barcelona and, at that time, 7 Ballon d'Ors, now 8, became the 9th footballer to achieve this recognition and joined the exclusive club of 9. Bobby Charlton opens this list. For many, he was the greatest footballer in the history of England and Manchester United. In 1966, he was one of the leaders of the English team that won its first World Cup and was awarded the Ballon d'Or that same year. 2 years later, he lifted the European Cup, previously known as the Champions League, in 1968. Gerd Müller, an unstoppable scorer and the best German forward of all time for many, was the first footballer from his country to win the Ballon d'Or in 1970, after a great World Cup with Germany. It's worth noting that Pelé would have won the Ballon d'Or that year, but the award wasn't given to players born outside Europe at that time. In 1974, Müller won the 2 trophies he was missing: the Champions League with Bayern Munich after defeating Atletico Madrid in the final, and later, the World Cup with Germany, defeating the Netherlands in the final. Franz Beckenbauer, a legendary player, is the 3rd name on this list. He is widely regarded as the greatest German footballer of all time and, without a doubt, the best defender in history. In 1972, he won his first Ballon d'Or, followed by another in 1976 after winning the European Championship with Germany. Like Müller, the European Cup came in 1974, followed by 2 more consecutive titles. As captain, Beckenbauer led Germany to its 2nd World Cup victory that same year. Paolo Rossi was one of Serie A's top forwards in the 1980s, but his Ballon d'Or was surrounded by controversy. He won the 1982 World Cup with Italy after an almost perfect qualifying stage, earning him the Ballon d'Or that year. However, it's important to note that he had been banned from football for 2 years due to a betting scandal. Rossi won the European Cup 3 years later, in 1985, playing for Juventus alongside other legends like Michel Platini. That year, Juventus secured its first European Cup. Zinedine Zidane made his way into this list in 1998. He was the runner-up in the Champions League that year, losing the final to Real Madrid. That summer, Zidane led France to win the World Cup at home, defeating Brazil 3-0 in the final, where Zidane scored twice. His performance earned him the Ballon d'Or. Later, after joining Real Madrid, Zidane completed the list of titles by winning the Champions League in 2002. Rivaldo, the first non-European player to achieve this feat, won the Ballon d'Or in 1999 during his first season with FC Barcelona. 3 years later, he added the World Cup in 2002 with Brazil, contributing to their 5th title. In 2003, Rivaldo won the Champions League with AC Milan after defeating Juventus in the final. Ronaldinho took the first title on this list in 2002 by winning the World Cup with Brazil at just 22 years old. 3 years later, as a Barcelona player, he was named the best footballer in the world and received the Ballon d'Or in 2005. In 2006, he completed the trio by winning the Champions League with Barcelona after defeating Arsenal in the final. Ronaldinho also won the Copa Libertadores, making him the only player on this list to win the Champions League, Ballon d'Or, World Cup, and Copa Libertadores. Kaká is remembered for being the last Ballon d'Or winner before the era dominated by Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. He won the award in 2007, the same year he lifted the Champions League with AC Milan. Kaká had previously won the World Cup with Brazil in 2002, making him part of a golden generation of Brazilian football. Finally, Lionel Messi completed this list in 2022. After losing the 2014 World Cup final to Germany, Messi fulfilled his dream in Qatar, leading Argentina to win its third World Cup. By that time, Messi had already won 4 Champions League titles and 7 Ballon d'Ors. The World Cup was the only achievement missing from his illustrious career.